How unprofessional.
By the way, Denton, stay out of the ladies' restroom. That kind of activity embarrasses the agency more than it does you.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Welcome!
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Respawn Rose Cantina. I still got my link face on. Give me a moment here. Hang on. There we go. Forgot I still had that one there. What can I say? You just forget these things sometimes. You just do. It's just one of those things that happens, you know? But here we are. Another day. And in fact, it is June 17th, 2026. We are on episode 23, I believe. Is that it? Yeah, I believe 23 now. Yeah, 23. Almost getting that 25 marker now. Oh my god. Who would have thought I was gonna be keeping this one up and going? That's what she said. But yeah, who'd have thought? Keeping this moving right along. And hello and good morning to you, Tahalim29. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for dropping on by. Appreciate it as always. Okay, well, yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Got a fair bit of news, like it is, and some follow up here and there. Somebody had dropped even a link to a interview about, you know, the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Although I am kind of curious if I can just kind of find like maybe some articles detailing some of that stuff. But you know what? The person did send me the link to the video, so I should probably check it out. Got that today. And yeah, we just got a few things to go over, and I'm looking forward to them. One in particular, and that did not work out there. I'm just clearing some stuff really quick. As it stands, you know the routine around here. You know what we jump into first. This day in gaming. What do we have this week is the question. Well, here we go. Why am I... Hang on. Curious. Just making you silly thing. I am not downloading Chrome. I refuse. You've worked before. I darn it. Hang on here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. He said no. That was weird. Okay, there we go. let's try that again. All right, there we go. Now we're working. Now we're operating on all cylinders here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. But for this day in gaming, what do we have? Starting us off from 38 years ago, today in Japan, no less. We have Blaster Master. Every time I see this, my brain flips it and turns it into Master Blaster. Probably because of Mad Max, but I just can't help but be like, my brain wants to flip the titles around. But yes, Blaster Master. I think I've tried checking this game out on occasion, but just never quite really jump into it. Let's see, where are some of the... Because I made that I see, I don't think I've ever tried out just the original version. Huh. Falls into a chasm there. That I'm just always thrown. I think I'm mainly just like thrown off by the box art. Like, to me, like, this looks like something from this creature looks like something from Metroid to me. Like, that's where my brain first goes to. It's like, oh, that looks like a Metroid monster. But I've just never really like checked it out. But let's see here. You've fallen down a hidden manhole into a world of creatures so terrifying they'd scare the rats away. You can panic and perish or blast your way through the endless maze of tunnels, searching for secret passages to your escape. And that's the easy part, because the masters of the caverns lay waiting. Prehistoric creatures so powerful, so gigantic, they literally fill your screen. So load your arsenal and get ready for Blaster Master. Heck of a description there. All right, what else we got here? We got Crusader of Senti. This was on the okay, so Blaster Master was on the NES. We've got Crusader of Senti on the Genesis. What we got here? Some beautiful artwork there. That's the thing, like pixel art, man, can sometimes look like legit pixel art, not that kind of it sounds mean, but it's like nowadays it's kind of very poser pixel art, just because of the digital tools today versus then makes it look different, cleaner, smoother, and stuff like that. So it comes off seeming a little less than and I mean, it's kind of crazy too when you get in on some of the sprites of these, like the level of detail that they got into sometimes was crazy. Looks like a little... Oh, is it kind of... Oh, this is kind of giving me, at least... You got Sonic hanging out there. Nice. This is kind of like, it looks like a chihuahua bashing itself in the skull. I'm suddenly reminded of Ren and Stimpy. But this is kind of like almost giving me some vibes of like, I mean, I got kind of the music playing, but like a Legend of Zelda a bit. I mean, not that they invented the style or nothing, but it's just like that's where my brain first goes to. Well, let's see here. Ooh, oh, gee, that's quiet. Let's see. Battle evil from the dawn of time. Long ago, before man walked the earth, there existed foul creatures that survived in shadows and darkness that permeated the earth's surface. Eventually, light shot down from the heavens, and the creatures who lived in the darkness for thousands of years were unable to survive. Some managed to find refuge from the light in deep dark caverns extended towards the center of the earth. There they multiplied, evolved, and waited for the day they could return to the Earth's surface and rule once again. Your name is Corona. And it is your 14th birthday. By the law of the king, you must go out and fight the invading invading creatures. But using brawn will not be enough. As you search the land for truth, your destiny as a hero begins to unfold. Animal allies will give you new powers and strength. Outwit sorcerers, travel through time, and gain valuable knowledge to change the delicate balance of Earth's fate. So an enormous game with over 40 hours of enchanting gameplay, dozens of major and minor characters to interact with, multiple mind-boggling challenges in every level, discover the secret combinations of your powerful animal allies, save all your progress with a battery pack backup RAM. Look at that. Gain new power-ups to increase the potency of your magic sword. Publisher Atlas. Developer Next Tech. They were canceled. Those are canceled projects, but I mean, their last game was 2001. They're the ones that worked on Resident Evil Code Veronica. I'll be damned. What are the odds of just looking at this game company and seeing what they produced in there? They have Code Veronica for North America and Resident Evil on the Saturn. So they must have done okay, so they ported it. Interesting. That's funny though. All right, Descent 3 on the PC 27 years ago. I feel like I know I've heard of the Descent games. I just don't know if I don't think I've played any of them though. If only I had some screenshots of the gameplay, I would know for sure. Let's see here. What else do we have? Looks like we got it. So you got it. Survival Kids on the Game Boy Color. Freak Style, PlayStation 2. MX Superfly featuring Ricky Carmichael. Mega Man Battle Network 2. I remember this is on the Game Boy Advance. I remember playing the Battle Network games. At least I know I played the first one. I don't remember how far I really got into it, but it's kind of an interesting little game. The gameplay and stuff like that, because it's kind of like a tactics-esque sort of RPG game. And it's kind of that's funny that they only have box art shots. They don't have. Oh, there we go. Like the games were kind of interesting, especially with like it was the gameplay and stuff like that, and you kind of loaded into the little digital network to do everything, or to do the Mega Man battles and stuff like that. I'd have to revisit them because it's been forever since I ever checked those out. Let's see, Soccer Mania on the Game Boy Advance and PlayStation 2. Wipeout Fusion on the PlayStation 2. We have Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku 2. 23 years ago, Game Boy Advanced. I never really got into a lot of these ones for Dragon Ball. I only really just played a lot of the just the fighting games and stuff like that. Although I perhaps should go back and, you know, kind of check these out. Being the little, like, kind of action RPGs that they are. But I think what always kind of annoyed me is how they, like, basically, like, segmented these games and released, oh, here's part 1, part 2, and it's like, you know, you're not getting, like, the full saga. You're getting just bits and pieces of each era. So, like, why do that to me? Why? I'm not going to be nickel and dimed. Thank you very well. It's funny I say that, even though I have been technically nickel and dimed from some of the fighting game mainline Dragon Ball games. So, Let's see here. Mace Griffin, Bounty Hunter. PlayStation 2 and Xbox. What's this? To deal with the rising wave of crime, a new organization emerges, the Guild of Bounty Hunters. As Mace Griffin, you join this group composed of aliens, criminals, and former police as they fight the criminal element. You'll transition between first person, land combat, and space action fighting in 13 expansive missions that offer different challenges and enemies. Eliminate your foes with 17-player and spaceship weapons, including Tridal Nova cannons, quad-barreled shotguns, and sonic shock cannons. In this universe of large corporations and futuristic gunslingers, you'll unravel a deep and dangerous mystery. Hail to the king, baby. I'm not getting let's see, was it action shooter, first person, arcade? Okay, so more of an arcade kind of style game. Oh, okay. But yeah, okay. I mean, it's funny because it says arcade, and that when I think of that, when you say action first person shooter, like I think of the light gun games. Kind of giving me more of like a at least just from like just skipping through this really quick, just like the look of it is giving me like vibes of oh, you know what, this has kind of made me think of Deus Ex Invisible War a little bit with that HUD there. But otherwise, like the scenery and stuff. And now hearing the gun, although I don't think you can hear that, sorry. Hearing the gun makes me think of the scenery, and now hearing the gun and stuff is making me think very Aliens or Alien, whatever. So like you know, the Colonial Marines and stuff like that, like some of their pulse rifle weapons. Like that's how this thing is kind of was sounding to me a little bit. Hang on. But like this, yeah, it might just be me, but that's like just the way I'm hearing it. And yeah, like the scenery too is also kind of giving me that vibe of the Aliens universe. Can't go wrong though with a good old action first person shooter. All right, what else do we have here? Mega Man Network transmission on the GameCube. Oh, see, that's the problem. Even though I had my GameCube, I love my GameCube and everything, I did not get through as many games as I should have. I was kind of torn. I was PC gaming, PS2, and I had my GameCube. I think a lot of my time was, though, stolen by PlayStation 2, especially like once we started learning how to mod the PS2 and being able to play acquired games that were lent to us. But especially like then getting import games and stuff like that. So at the time was into Naruto, and we were getting some of the original Naruto fighting games that were coming out in Japan before they even came to the West, and we weren't even giving a crap about that anyways because we preferred the Japanese version, even though, you know, we're playing the games, we don't understand Japanese really, other than like, you know, the few usual words, but like we much preferred that. And plus, like it was, you know, in line. If you get it, so it's kind of funny between the Naruto Heroes, like the original version that came out versus then the ones that came to the West, even though like they should just be ports, some of them had dropped characters and stuff like that because the games at the time when those came out, the anime for the most part was already, you know, well on its way and going. Meanwhile, when they were hitting the West, the anime was still going along and was behind in regards to the Japanese side. So some of the games that they released here, they ended up, I don't know if you want to say censor, but they definitely removed content. And I don't know how I got into this while looking at Mega Man Battle Net or Mega Man Network Transmissions, but there. Oh, because I talked about my time being divided between GameCube and PlayStation. My bad. But yes, hey, Mega Man. Let's get back to that. Mega Man Network Transmission. Huh. So is it? So it turned more back into a side scroller than because that's kind of the interesting thing with the other ones is that they had that like kind of grid-based RPG stuff going on. Action platformer 2D. Okay, so this goes back to interesting. Let's see what else do we got here. RTX Red Rock PlayStation 2. Unlimited Saga PlayStation 2. Silent Hill 4 The Room play. Oh, hi everybody. PlayStation 2. I don't know if even my brother, he's been the bigger fan of, or the, I don't know, but he's the one that's enjoyed the Silent Hill games most of all. I mainly played the first game, and I don't even remember how far I really got through even that game, other than have it just like screwing around getting to the point when you're, which is very early on, and it's just getting to the school and you know what, I'm gonna basically I was basically acting like acting like Anakin Skywalker when he turned on the Jedi. Let's say that. But I was LARPing as the principal of the school. You know, that's the funny thing, like back in the day we did all sorts of stupid shit while playing games and just came up with stupid reasons to do stupid shit. But yeah, for Silent Hill 4 The Room. I don't know if my brother really ever played this one. I know he played 1 through 3, but I just don't know how much further he went beyond that. Because even then, like it was, Silent Hill has been on a decline and still kind of crashing. Let's see here. We got Deadliest Catch, Alaskan Storm. Okay, from the Xbox 360 there. Secret Agent Clank, PSP. Space Invaders Extreme on the DS and PSP. Wacky Races, Crash and Dash. Dawn of Discovery on the DS and PC. Huh. Let's see that really quick. Huh. I don't want to say it looks mobile as shit, but that's almost the first vibe I get when I looked at it. 404 not found. Oh, marvelous. Okay. Very different now. Looking at, I'm guessing, the PC side of it. Unless it looked that way on the DS. Does it? Well, that doesn't help me. Okay, so yeah, oh, it's also on the Wii. So I'm guessing the way it looks here on the Wii, and why do that? That looks completely, like, it looks like a totally different game. I mean, looking at it you go between this on the PC and then this on even the Wii, and it feels like such a different game. Oh, this is part of the Anno series. Huh. Good old Ubi. No, wait. Yeah. Huh. Weird. Very weird. Okay, what else do we got here? EA Sports. It's in the game. UFC. That was 12 years ago now. 2014. Curious Expedition 2. Namco Museum Archives, Volume 1. 6 years ago on the PC and Xbox One. What kind of games did they have on there, I wonder? Let's see. So take a trip down memory lane and relive the magical times of the 8-bit era with a collection of Namco's hits and long-lost treasures in Namco Museum Archives Volume 1. In addition to 10 classic Namco titles, some of which were never localized and released in the West, a newly created 8-bit demastered version of Pac-Man Championship Edition makes its world premiere as a bonus. Titles include Galaxian, Pac-Man, Xevious, Mappy, Dig Dug, The Tower of Draga, Sky Kid, Dragon Buster, Dragon Spirit, The New Legend, Splatterhouse, Wanpaku Graffiti, and Pac-Man Championship Edition. Oh, interesting. Do they have some? Let's see some of the. Oh, what the? Why is it a text dump? I just want to see some of the. Jesus Christ. I just want to see some of the games. Like, I know they have kind of showed them here, but like, goddamn. Dig Dug, I remember playing on arcade. And it was always, for some reason, I always remember when my mom had to take us when she went to the laundromat. Before we got a washing machine at home. And this was one I do remember being at the laundromat playing when she did give us some quarters. I could it's always a funny thing too, is like how sometimes like certain memories just kind of kick in like that and you start remembering things, because I remember laundromats are probably pretty standard the way they are, but like I remember even I think before we moved out here, that laundromat was still there, and the location, we always went early in the mornings to get it out of the way on a weekend, and yeah, my brother and I would just be kind of either like playing with our Godzilla toys or something. We'd be either relaxing in the car. And thankfully, I think sometimes since we were close enough, we would sometimes maybe go back home for like a little bit and then go back and get the clothes and everything. And then it was like right next to a Dairy Queen. But usually by time we were done, they weren't even open anyways. But yeah, I remember playing Dig Dug. I think for a time they had a Pac-Man machine as well. I know there was eventually I want to say one of the Street Fighters. One of the Street Fighter 2s. I don't know which one. Maybe just the original. I remember the Dairy Queen right there had Street Fighter 2. Until they finally got rid of that. But yeah, Dig Dug especially, I remember playing the hell, and I remember playing Pac-Man as well in there. It was probably between those two, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, the Street Fighter. Yeah, good. Oh, those were some days, man. Otherwise, I think. And then we got Police Simulator Patrol Officers 5 years ago. But how simulated am I going to get here? What am I going to be allowed to do? Oh, I think I have this one. I think I have this one saved on my Steam account. Welcome to Brighton. Join the police force as the fictitious American city and experience the day-to-day life of a police officer. Start with citing violations and giving out parking tickets, then work your way towards shouldering more responsibilities. Be part of the community of Brighton. Get to know your neighborhood and handle daily police work to fight crime during your shift. Always be tough but fair. Respect the law and gain more experience to unlock more neighborhoods, districts, and duties. But the question is, do I get to create my police officer? Yes! I was wondering about this. Oh wait, yeah, character customization. Oh, this is character and it has the name of the character. Okay, interesting enough. Oh yes, I may, one of these days I may check it out. And now, what do we got here? We got Densha. Okay, it's either Densha Attack or Densha Attack. I don't know. But what do we got here? Hop aboard your custom gravity-defying train and embark on a hectic quest to defeat the sinister Mirado Corporation alongside a vibrant pack of outcasts. Oh boy. Ollie, kickflip, and grind your... Okay, so it's a skateboarding game. Your way through Japan's biggest cities, as well as the world of meadows, volcanoes, and oceans. Rack up points and chase that sweet high score as you flip, trick, and stick the landing in your customizable ride. Face off against the lineup of reimagined Japanese trains. Gain the respect of an underground network of gangs and rebels, dude. And turn rivals to allies as you master your skills. Journey from naive beginner to seasoned pro as you strive to race the fastest train in existence and become a legendary Densha attacker. For real, brah. Xbox Series X, is that all? Okay, we got PC, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch 2. That is quite the colorful box art there. But it does say PC, so what do we got here? Oh, I think I remember seeing this. You're like, wait, yeah, you are like riding the train. No, you are the train, or you're driving the train, I guess. I think I remember seeing this being, I was like, what the fuck are we looking at here? Yeah, it's like you are the train. And you're doing all these crazy tricks, flips, and stuff like that. Oh no! Halim over here with a they/them officer wearing drag. No! Well, that's why I was like, okay, so how far can I go with being my kind of a police officer? Okay, well that is Densha Attack. Okay, I missed that whole bit. I flip, trick, and grind your train in a fast-paced off-rails ride. I missed that part for some reason. I went right into, oh, it's a skateboarding game. I'm retarded. But yeah, there we have it. That's our this week. For this week's This Day in Gaming. a interesting little list for sure. But yeah, there we go. Oh boy. It's funny when you find little things like that. And I didn't even realize. But yeah, the police simulator. I think, like I said, I think I already have that one on my. No, I don't. Never mind. I thought I did. There's probably some reason for not. Maybe something to consider down the line. It does look like an interesting one, so yeah. Okay. Like I said, I've got a few things here. And the decision what to go into, you know, I think I want to save one of them for just a little, for maybe another couple of things, or I'll go into it after this. We'll see. This though, what I was tagged to check out in the Melee Games Discord by one Lighthaven, aka Sergey. He's the one that tagged me in this for this game, and it's kind of funny because my brain immediately remembered another game as soon as I saw the name of it and a bit of the description. So this is what we're going to be going into is this game called Washington Prime. And so I'll get to what game I'm referring to. If anybody knows, it won't be difficult for what I'm thinking about. But yeah, so basically for Washington Prime here, step into the shoes of former special agent turned real estate agent Blake Kincaid, dragged back into the game to save a friend. Fight your way through office buildings in downtown Washington, D.C., October 1998, and uncover what happened over the course of one long night. So we'll check out the trailer here. See what this is all about. Just making sure you'll be able to hear it. Let's go. Ooh.
I'm down with the Great Lake office is hiding somewhere on the fifth.
Oh, we got it.
Like
We got some of the old FMV sequences. Let's go.
Talent is running out. I need you to find him. He's still at the bureau. I know what to do.
Sure, I'll get it done.
All right, look like it is. It does look very much like a. Okay, so yeah. This is. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing there, Silhouettes?
But yeah, it's got kind of the
back to a story that we brought to
Doom-esque style there.
See a resolution today, perhaps even in a few hours. Isn't that right, King?
That's right, Belle.
Although that seemed kind of annoying. It kept flashing door at you.
The only thing I'll be serving is names, and I won't spend a day in prison. You can count on it. And as for that bastard McAvoy,
Not gonna lie, I kind of like that. It's got the FMV sequences. And this is definitely feeling very... Oh, up close and personal with that double barrel.
Who could have thought that the life of a DC real estate agent could be so exciting? For WBCS, I'm
Yes, who would have
Walter
thought?
Palermo.
This time you play the action thriller, Washington Prime. Wish list on Steam. Anything else? So yeah, and then we got again to some of the screenshots. It's kind of interesting the way that it's styled like that, because I can almost guess bet that they like kind of took pictures in this kind of perspective and then kind of layered it to kind of give it an artistic style. But oh, you gotta love that. I'm guessing some of the developers and stuff. Oh, look at that. You got a T-Rex down there. Guy showing off his anime shit. Video games are the future of oh, fuck. Goddamn. United States Army Intelligence. Small arms, excellent. Rifles, normal. Shotguns, below average. Grade of proficiency at last performance checkup. Oh, okay. Toughness, normal. What? I should be like toughness of an ultimate Giga Chad here. Come on. Come on, man. Let's see here. Yes, gameplay. Washington Prime is a contemporary shooter. Taking place early August 1998. From evening to early morning in around an office building downtown DC. Arm yourself with time-typical weapons and face off against karate champs, security guards, police impersonators, mercenaries, and so forth. Find keys, unlock doors, discover new weapons and equipment while exploring your surroundings. You will also find tidbits of information on the people who work in this part of the city. The story you play is told from an interview recorded 1 year later with Blake Kincaid, a former federal agent turned real estate agent. Some parts of this will be told via locally produced full motion video, which is the FMVs. This game takes inspiration from action thrillers and action movies from a time when they were good. Features: realistic protagonist, realistic weapons, realistic surroundings, realistic enemies, and realistic plot. So you're telling me it's got some realism to it. Cool. Mature content description here. The developer describes the content like this: there will be shooting into highly realistic looking people. There might be a cigarette around and bottles of booze in some places. So much cussing. And they do have a demo for the game right now. So if you want to kind of get a feel for it, a taste for it, or whatever, you can absolutely do so. I may have to actually check this out. I'm gonna add this to my wish list, and there you go. Now, this is kind of the thing of it. This game gives me like the vibes of it and all of that. So like I said, it was making me think of another game that came out once upon a time ago, actually probably close to the same year that this is supposed to be set. And close enough. And instead of being a Doom clone, the game I was thinking of was a clone of another game at the time. Basically, it was using like a lot of Doom clones. They use the Doom engine and stuff like that. So, you know, games like Duke Nukem, game like Strife and stuff like that, where they're all kind of, you know, taking from. This game in particular is an old Mac game called Prime Target. So Prime Target is a 1996 action video game developed by WizardWorks Group and published by Microsoft and for Macintosh computers. Prime Target uses the Marathon 2 gaming engine. Plot: an influential senator named Catherine Mayfield has been murdered, and it is up to the player to uncover secret documents relating to a conspiracy. This game in particular, I especially remember playing over at my friend's house, who we got reacquainted with after a long time. We'd been friends in kindergarten, and we met much later again. You know, life happens, but we met up again in middle school, and he was the guy that got me into a lot of PC gaming. Even though he had a Mac at the time, he did just kind of switch over to PC and start doing more gaming on there. Well, I mean, so like it was a lot of the Mac games. A lot of games were kind of shared Mac and PC too. But like he had his whole collection of the Mac games, and then the PC games he was also, you know, jumping into. And that's how I kind of, through him, was how I started checking out more PC gaming. And Prime Target was a game I remember playing over at his place. And what was funny too, because I also remember a time when it was me, my brother, and him all over at his house playing this game. And my brother kept shutting the door because you could hit the bar to hit one of the buttons, I forget which, but you could hit one of the buttons to close the door basically right behind you as you went. So it would sometimes kind of get us like, oh shit, wait, where did, because having the open doors kind of made sure you knew where things were, where you were coming from. But here, let me also bring this up. So it kind of would sometimes also freak us out and be like, oh no, there's somebody behind us. And my brother was like closing doors all the time as we were walking through. But yeah, so you can kind of, I think you can kind of get some of the, if you've played the original marathons, the good marathons, not the craptastic one. But you can see the bit of the inspiration, or you know, the use of the you know, it is, even now looking at these screenshots fully, I'm seeing a lot for even that Washington Prime. I'm like, oh god, it is. But the and I mean, that was also the thing. It was using Marathon 2, and if you've played Marathon 2, that has been now ported to PC and Xbox Live. When you killed the aliens and stuff like that, it got bloody, and like it shows even with this game, they did a hell of a job with that splatter there. Holy crap. I do not remember this, because I think it was too but my friend had more of a demo. I don't know if he had the full game. So it was, demos were a thing back then too. So it was like we had demo discs and stuff. I just don't remember if he did or not. Okay, that looks. But yeah, so the cool thing is too, is that this is also now part of my abandonware. So if you want to play Prime Target, that's the way to do it. The thing is if you're on a Windows PC, they've not I tried looking for anything last night, and unfortunately, there isn't a port of this like there is for Marathon, and even like with, I think it's called the Aleph engine. there hasn't been a port to get the game working in that, because I would love to replay this again. There are like Mac emulators and stuff like that to use, and I want to try and figure it out at some point, because I would love to revisit this game and check it out again. But like it is, you have to have it's Mac. Its only platform is Macintosh. But I mean, even it says here, notes compilation of pre-installed game with patch 1.2 has been made by user Korak from old games at RU. Should work with no problem on Sheep Shaver emulator with Mac OS 7.5.5. Visit Macintosh Garden for more details about the game and Mac emulators. So that is a way that you could still play Prime Target. And let me see if I can find more on, like, just even this kind of a trailer for it really quick. Because like I said, I saw Washington Prime, and that was what my initial, before watching that trailer, that was just my initial reaction to the name and stuff, and then reading a bit of the description. I'm like, oh my god, it's Prime Target. And I had to make sure and say it was the Mac game, because apparently there's also a Prime Target TV show, it seems. But so, like I said, I had to really make sure and differentiate the two. And sadly, there's no real, like, when I put it in the even Prime Target trailer, all I'm getting is like this damn TV show. But we'll really quickly like take a look at maybe like one of these. Yeah, we'll just kind of take a look at one of these playthrough trailers. We'll just kind of skip around. All right. But yeah, this, like I said, it's just so funny that this is like immediately where my brain went to was this old Mac game that I remember playing at my friend's house once upon a time ago. Because that was like the funny thing, like even games like Fallout and stuff like that were also like originally on Mac or PC? Mac, I want to say. But like I said, I remember playing these games over at his house. And oh my shit. Hey, Knightmare, how's it going, buddy? Like I said, I do not remember all of this, but I just remember some. I just remember some for sure. But certainly, like it being that gory, like I do not recall. Because I remember a lot of times of. Yeah, we got a few people, but like I just remember I just remember like how it was even that. I don't. Hearing the guys. Oh damn! Oh, you get some heavy artillery. Like it was. I'm pretty sure my friend had a demo of the game. And that's what we played, and so we only got a little bit of it, or it's just like we only played a little bit of it at a time. But yeah, that like I said, it's funny what'll spark the old noggin, get jogging, and you know what memories just kind of crop back up. See, this is what I remember was like the doors. You could close them even as you were like as you got through the door, and you didn't have to be facing the door to do it. And like I said, my brother would always close them and stuff, and we kind of started getting a little spooked sometimes, hearing the door close behind us and stuff. So yeah, that I just thought was funny to kind of think about. That the Washington Prime game looks pretty fun, I won't lie. So again, thanks to Sergey for that one, for finding that one, and tagging me for that particular game. I've got it wish listed now, so I'm definitely gonna be checking it out later. So glad to hear it, Knightmare. And you know, I'm not bad. I'm doing this, so I'm feeling good now. I enjoy doing this, so it's definitely my fun time. Good morning to you too, Joker. Hope you're having a wonderful morning so far, and work ain't being too chaotic for you, sir. Okay, now let's jump into this now. Let's jump into this. So I believe I've been hearing, speaking of, since we got Knightmare right here, I think I've been hearing him talk a little bit about this mod he's been working on for a particular game, and that game is Batman Arkham Origins. And personally, I didn't mind Arkham Origins. I understand that the game is janky as hell. It's got a comfy atmosphere, but I understand, but it is janky as hell. Like, the combat is ridiculously stupid. It's not as fluid as like the mainline Arkham games and stuff like that. But I had fun. I enjoyed it. Bugs aside, and especially like player NPCs, or not player, just NPCs flying all over the place as I beat the tar out of them as Batman. I didn't mind the different voice actor for Batman Bruce Wayne. The guy was trying his best, but I do understand that, you know, yeah, it did not hit the same mark and comfort level as bringing me in, much like Kevin Conroy does. And even for the Joker too, like Troy Baker did an okay job trying to impersonate Mark Hamill's Joker, but it just still wasn't there. That's right, Joker. Joker says, fun fact, Fractured's favorite clip on Wednesday night is overbooked is, "Hey Rock, go fuck yourself." I mean, come on. That was at least the one shining moment out of all of that, out of that whole thing of John Cena's heel turn and stuff like that, and leading up to it with The Rock and stuff. Like, come on. That was at least the one shining moment out of all of that BS. And it's such a waste of time. But yeah, that was the shining moment. Oh, and that clip when Liv Morgan decks Fakir. That one is, she just sold that so perfectly. Knightmare says Roger Craig Smith doesn't sound a thing. No, like I said, he tried his best. I'm not saying he was perfect or nothing. He just did what he could. And so, you know, I understand this. So yeah, Knightmare here, he says this is where I first saw it. I didn't realize he was getting a trailer ready for it and everything. But he says, Batman Arkham Origins Kevin Conroy edition coming this fall, a lovingly crafted mod that puts the iconic Kevin Conroy back in the role of Batman in Batman Arkham Origins as he should have been. One last time, fall 2026, teaser trailer, link below. And that's what exactly we're going to be checking out next, is this teaser trailer. But he also did Batman Arkham Origins Kevin Conroy teaser, and he said thank you to the Melee Games for hosting the original world premiere of this teaser. So and that's why I've also had to not watch their recent Melee Madness podcast, because I wanted to get a fresh look at this, and so I wasn't colored by any commentary from them. And I was looking at it with my own eyes. So here we go. All right. And this is getting the full screen treatment, not like the prime target. Okay. Let me just make sure there we go. All right. Let's check this bad boy out. I'm looking forward to this Knightmare.
wake up.
Nice.
I should be dead. The evil that took over my city.
And it is funny just how much more gravity that something like that even has for Kevin Conroy delivering these lines.
Took my parents' lives. Made one fatal mistake. It didn't take mine.
Ooh.
You want teeth? I want answers.
Black Mask's assassins get through with you.
What assassins?
So I will save Gotham.
It appears the game is over before it even begins.
I'm not playing games, Slade. I will return.
Black Mask. Put a bounty on my head. Where is he?
You're not going out there alone, are you?
Stay with Alfred. He'll keep you safe. One, you're going to change the world. Last, they need you. No. They need us. Time.
There is no such thing as a Batman.
I am the Batman.
Okay, I like that. I like that inclusion there. I mean, let's face it, Kevin Conroy is Batman.
Keep your silly jade statue then, and I'm sure your employer will enjoy the
Damn it, Alfred.
dollars it will garner on the black market.
A fitting tribute, good sir. The only thing I kind of noticed with the trailer itself is that, and I mean, it's gonna be kind of tough, is that some of the lip sync was a little bit off. Now that might have been just maybe my end or the trailer itself, and also just trying to do all that. I can only imagine how I can't imagine. Because I know you've messed around with audio, voice changers and stuff like that with AI and everything. I'm gonna be really interested. I would even say for if you do a follow-up trailer as you get closer to release, to have comparisons just to kind of show some of the scenes off, original versus what you've done to fit in Kevin Conroy's voice. I mean, already, like, it does sound great.
I'm not playing games, Slade.
I think that was the only one that kind of got, like, this first one was kind of what made me go, oh, it seems a little off with the lip movement and the audio, because like he gets through Slade, but it's still, saying the name. But again, like I said, that could be this part. I don't know if that's part of your trailer. I'm not looking at the chat right now just yet. I'm just trying to get my what I've thought, what I'm.
Black Mask. Put a bounty on my head.
And that's.
You're not going out there alone, are you?
Stay with Alfred.
That's another one. It's
They're
like
going to change the world.
and I can
Last.
imagine that's gonna be kind of tough because I don't know if the scenes are pre-rendered or if they're using the in-game mechanics. So I can imagine like trying to get some of the lip sync might be a little difficult. But also,
No. They need us. Time.
There is no such thing as a Batman.
but I mean, otherwise, it's great to have, because I know that was like a sticking point originally why I didn't really get into playing this one, was because Kevin Conroy was not the voice. So this is really cool that you've done this, Knightmare. I mean, one way or another, it's impressive as hell that you've been able to, redub these lines with his voice. And I can't wait to kind of see more of it as if you do another trailer or anything like that to kind of get closer to, you know, to putting this all together. But I mean, otherwise, that's like the only thing that kind of stuck out to me was some of the lip sync seemed a little bit off to me. Otherwise, though, like I said, it's really cool, and again, a fitting tribute. And I'll certainly be very interested of wanting to replay this game with the Kevin Conroy voice mod for sure. Let's see. Let me get back to the chat really quick. Smith doesn't actually have a very deep voice. Yeah, but like as they were trying to play it off like he's younger and everything, so I kind of understood for it for a bit, but I get it. Like I said, I understand 100%. Says glad you liked it. The voiceover was actually, oh really? That was you doing that. So no, like I know you've done like the voice changing in when you've been on some of the Melee Games community streams and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure, but wow, that's really cool. I wasn't sure if like you maybe like took the voice lines from the game itself and then redubbed them with Conroy. It's the same AI voice changer tech. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that scene always has weird lip sync. Okay. Arkham Origins has bad lip sync in general. Okay, I didn't notice it when I was playing it. Maybe just because I was I was doing the stream, so I was looking at chat and playing the game at the same time. But okay, that makes sense then. Most major cutscenes are pre-rendered, but I replaced both pre-rendered and in-game lines. Gotcha. Well, like I said, for like pre-render, I know it's tough, like when you're trying to like match things up, if you're trying to at all with those pre-rendered scenes versus like having the in-game like engine at your fingertips, being able to like modify and get things working properly. So that's why I was just kind of curious about that. I wasn't sure, but it makes sense then. So no, like it. That's really cool that you're doing the work and kind of revoicing the lines. Because like I said, I thought you just maybe took the lines and redubbed them using that AI voice tech to then just give it the Kevin Conroy voice. So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, like at this, I still have my iffy sides on some of this, just because I mean, because I gotta say a little bit consistent here. I've had my problems with like deep fakes, especially when it was like Rogue One and you had face replacements over these actors that could have just been, you know, fine. Just doing it, being like, you know, for recasts, it's a little kind of weird sometimes with AI too, now with voices in particular. I mean, we're getting there with it recreating real life people, but like just this kind of idea of almost like resurrecting the dead for certain things. But I know, like, at least from you, Knightmare's coming from a good place. It's just, you know, with everything else, it just still feels a little creepy at times. But with this, like I said, I know it's from a good place, and you just wanted to kind of restore, especially for a kind of goofy game. No, that's very true, Knightmare. If they didn't pretend Conroy was too old, I wouldn't have to do this. I mean, what's funny is like his voice generally stayed pretty consistent as Batman throughout the years, from even like from Batman the Animated Series to later on. I think maybe it got a little deeper, but that was, I think, maybe probably from him anyways, just giving with so much time as Batman, so it gave him more depth, more of a deep voice to kind of express that and everything. 'Cause, I mean, otherwise, like, he could do he would have been fine doing a young voice of like Bruce Wayne and oh, so wait, hang on, I gotta
Out there alone, are you?
Stay with Alfred. He'll keep you safe. One.
I mean, I don't know if he's talking to somebody. I forgot if he's talking to her and this gal and she knows he's Batman. I forget. But the thing was, Conroy always really lightened his voice up when he was Bruce Wayne. He always kind of had a more lighter tone than when he was Batman. He brought it down. He's a little more lighter when talking as Bruce Wayne. It was kind of that was at least like, you know, you didn't have to go gravelly. Like Christian Bale, you didn't have to go super gravelly or anything like that. But like Kevin Conroy just had a more lighter tone when he was Bruce than he was as Batman. So I'm trying to remember for that might. So that's it. Okay, so that's one extra little thing I would say. I don't know if you can, because he says no, she doesn't know he's Batman. So that's like something I would say is, if you can get that like maybe rewatch some of those episodes of Batman the Animated Series when he would be around as Bruce Wayne, because I swear to God he had a different tone when he was doing that, unless he was with Alfred or something like that. But when he was in public and doing certain things, he had that different voice for Bruce in particular, without the cowl. So that would be like one extra little thing I would make a point of. But otherwise, I mean, like I said, it sounds great. Hello, Hassan, how's it going? Hope you're doing well this morning. And yes, the infamous dirt fakes. Knightmare says, it was a bit different in the animated series, but it was just a different performance, not his actual voice. He did, but Smith didn't really do the lighter Bruce Wayne, so we're a little stuck there. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, like, I don't know how far you can, like, take that AI voice changer and do what you do. So I can't even begin to try. Good old there's times I tried to kind of like go, hey, you know, he's trying to really disguise his voice, lighten up on him, but it's like, it does kind of come off a little goofy sometimes. But yeah, like I said, I know this is a teaser. There's a good tease, Knightmare. You know how to tease just right. So yeah, like I said, I'll be looking forward to the release of your mod when you get it all done, all said and done. And yeah, so and like I said, you're going at it from a good place. You got an in loving memory to Kevin Conroy. F in the chat for him, the Batman himself. So yeah, looking forward to it, Knightmare. And that's pretty cool that you're able to, you know, mod the game and insert his voice like that, and that you're doing the lines. That's really cool, man. Okay. Oh yeah, the old parody videos were gold. Yep, F. Okay. Well, like that was definitely something I was looking forward to checking out. Now I'll have to blitzkrieg through the Melee Madness podcast just to see what they're. Goddamn, another 7 hours. Okay, we got that stuff out of the way. So on a comment that I had And it wasn't even anything really. It's just a link from K-May Thrasher on my, I clipped out the Destroy All Monsters Melee remastered, and they sent me a link to an interview with ATARI, with somebody from ATARI, to discuss the game. And I figured, why not? I'll just to kind of do some extra follow up with that, because I've also heard a couple of things about the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. It's but I haven't. I've only just been seeing it more online than I haven't really seen like any real articles that have cropped up. Because there's been some things discussed about the reason why they've replaced, allegedly, Mechagodzilla. They replaced the Heisei era Mechagodzilla with the Showa era. And I was kind of curious about if there was some actual legitimacy to it. And I'm going to be kind of curious if this, for one, if this little interview goes into it. And also, because like I said, I have not seen anybody really discuss it in any articles and stuff like that. Because I mean, usually these freaking journos are quick to glom onto anything. But I've just seen it been mostly like discussed by randos. And the like alleged reason that I've seen around online that the Mechagodzilla design changed, which just sounds weird because and I kind of, after replaying Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, I can kind of see it. But so the end boss, it basically, it seems like no matter who you play through, is Mechagodzilla. And that version of Mechagodzilla to be the final boss is kind of a weird thing, because that was the Earth Defense Forces, basically, or it was like the Godzilla Forces or something like that. I forgot what they called them specifically right now, but to combat against Godzilla, and they built the Mechagodzilla over their time of using things like the Super X and they this came after Godzilla versus Mecha King Ghidorah, so they took the tech from that and then built Mechagodzilla. So that one was basically a good guy Mechagodzilla, the first one, while the Heisei era was very much, yes, the creation of aliens and wanting the destruction of Earth and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like it would make more sense to have the Showa era Mechagodzilla as the final boss and stuff like that. And that's allegedly why they've now been showing off the Showa one, because and I even pointed out when I was watching the teaser trailer about how it still had the sound effects of the Heisei Mechagodzilla instead of the original sound effects for the monster. And that probably does explain why that was the case. Now, to say replacing it though, it's just weird. Why not add? And so I'm gonna be kind of curious to check out this interview too, to see if they say anything about it here. All right, let's check. Hopefully this isn't too bad. Here we go. And this is, so here we go. The person linked me to a channel called Gaming Trend. And if I clip this out, I'll be sure to link them. Saying, we had a pleasure to chat with ATARI. They don't even name the guy specifically, but the guy's just ATARI. About Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Remastered during the Summer Game Fest 2026. So let's find out what they have to say about. All right, here we go.
Ron Burke, editor-in-chief for GamingTrend.com. I'm here at Summer Games Fest. We're here to check out Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered. Sir, if you would introduce yourself and tell us about what we're going to play.
Sure. I'm Ethan Stearns. I'm the VP
oh, there we go.
Game Publishing at ATARI. And yeah, I'm excited to show you the game. So this is our first, we announced this just a day ago. And so we're going to look at an alpha build of the game and give it a whirl. See if it's like you remember it.
Outstanding. I remember playing this back on the original Xbox. It also came out on the GameCube, right?
Yes, it came out on the GameCube. You know, you go back that far, it's like people had one or the other those days. So it's like, what version of the game do you remember? So in addition to the multiplayer game where you're just in an arena fighting, there's this adventure mode where as you play through, you are leveling up your different kaiju. So you'll start with these 4 that you have access to. And then as you play through, there's a little bit of a narrative as you play. Like,
so we're not even going to get to see the actual gameplay yet. They're still just going to be playing off of this trailer. But the adventure mode, I believe I played, and there was no real leveling up, so to speak. It was just basically like a basic story mode. That was it. And I could boot it. I'll boot it up even right now. Let me just do that, because I was pretty sure there wasn't really the adventure mode was just that. It was just it's just the story mode basically. Hang on. I didn't even this is my first time actually going through this, so I should have I didn't think to have this ready. All right, hang on. I don't even think I have the, because it's not on the. I just want to show this really quick. God dang it! Let me get the music going again. Just at least fill that in. Oh, now it's not taking the. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because there's nothing that indicates that there's like leveling up. It was just a story mode. I mean, I'd say maybe survival would fit more of that, but adventure mode was just the story mode. I'll just pick that really quick. Yeah, and then you just go right into the story mode. You got that going, and then there's nothing that indicates any kind of level progression. Now, unless they're going to change that for the remaster, that'll be interesting. And I would say, if anything, the PlayStation 4 version of Godzilla, that, yes, like for its adventure mode or story mode, had a leveling system, like, and that was like the whole point. Like, you got your kaiju would grow as you did everything in the missions, as you destroyed the whole the arena, or basically kind of the little set piece that you had. So yeah, like that was true, like that. Your Godzilla or whoever you're playing as would it'd say how you were growing in height and everything like that. So there was that for that version of a Godzilla game, but not in this one. So that's not accurate.
Kaiju fight. So again, like even though that they're like,
but again, that might be something they're maybe adding.
The player title, there were a number of different single player modes. So there's like a destruction mode where you're just trying to destroy all the buildings. There's a survival mode where you can just fight waves of additional kaiju. So like I was saying, the game is graphically completely rebuilt in Unreal. So that looks pretty. They're in addition to just having,
even though it's in Unreal, at least it doesn't have that weird kind of texture effect that Unreal can have when it's still trying to render textures and stuff like that. At least from what they've been showing, like everything looks pretty clean and proper. Like there's times that with the Unreal Engine thing, the textures can look faded. And if you've ever played, like, I remember this specifically with like BioShock, is that if you got too quickly into certain areas and it was before the textures could really load, it all kind of had a blurred effect. And that's what I've thought of when I saw like some trailers, especially like for the Metal Gear Solid 3 remaster. It had that kind of watered down effect of the textures and everything. It didn't look as sharp and as detailed. It looked like I said, it's kind of more watered down and just blurry and not that great. But this, at least for the kaiju and stuff like that so far, the monsters, it's been looking good.
New models. There's also just more graphical capability than the game originally had. So there are more advanced lighting capabilities.
So they're using an alpha build, and they're going to be due out November 3rd this year. I mean, I know this is single player, but also local fighting game, but they're going to be doing, I'm sure they have they are going to have the online side. That I don't know. That kind of, I mean, things can go quick though.
The arenas themselves are slightly larger. There's more buildings that you're there to destroy and to hide behind.
If I had one thing I hope that they talk about and do, is that they fix the ability to move the camera around better and it's not so locked into position. Because I think for a fighting game like this and stuff, you kind of need that freedom of the camera and stuff.
There are some environments.
Although now I'm not sure about the Giga Bash game.
Mess you up mid-battle. So you got frozen.
That stays pretty fixed.
There are also like helicopters firing missiles at you the whole time. So in addition to fighting the
helicopters, jets,
the other kaiju, you also have some environmental hazards to deal with. So the
spaceships also shoot at you.
Having all the levels like rebuilt and relit, it gives us the ability to add other lighting setups for it. So you can play at different times of day, like nighttime, daytime. There's a hazy mode for each of those areas.
Yeah, back when fog was used to hide things as opposed to making your cinematics.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's everybody unlocked here. We got like King Ghidorah, Rodan, Kiryu, Mecha King Ghidorah, Destroyer, Mecha Godzilla, Orga. Yeah, these guys.
No. Destroyer!
These look amazing.
Yeah, and so the Mechagodzilla you saw on the trailer, real fans of the kaiju will notice that wasn't the actual model that was in the original game. It also was a cover art for the game, but it was not the accurate model that from that era. It was a different Mechagodzilla. So that is the one character change that we made.
So it is an actual change.
Updating that Mechagodzilla. So,
but that's, I mean, yes, it's updating, but again, why not add? That's kind of my point with that. Why not just add that Mechagodzilla to the game and have them both? Have all three of the Mechagodzillas. There you go. And then hell, then you can even add a third Godzilla. Add the Showa era Godzilla, because in Destroy All Monsters Melee, you had Heisei Godzilla and Millennium era Godzilla. So let's add a third for each one. There you go.
Are you having to work with? Is it Toho, right?
Yeah.
Toho.
We work with Toho, which is awesome.
That's right.
Yeah. And the game. This game is all about the kaiju from that universe. So unlike, it's not a movie license, right? Where we're specifically focused on. focused on characters from a particular like modern movie or whatever. These are all from the different eras of Toho's universe.
Yeah, so you can be a little bit more free about when you put the characters in, and
well, I think it's also about like making them like as accurate as we can for that audience, right? Like
the funny thing is if the tone of the game, especially when you're playing it, and like all the stuff that kind of happens, feels much more Showa era than it does like the Heisei era, and even to an extent the Millennium. Although this one, I think when this came out, Millennium series was still early on, and it's no, it had Kiryu, so it was at the end of the getting towards the end there for it, if not Final Wars era. But like especially like when you punch and hit, I think I showed it off in the game when I was playing. The way monsters would react when you punch Anguirus's spikes on his back, or like you see for Godzilla sometimes his toes got crunched, and they're very much more the actions were much more emphasized and a little more cartoonish, or a little more over exaggerated, I should say. So that does feel, and what's funny is like it is because they were using more of the later designs for the monsters, save for Anguirus, and I think Rodan was more Heisei era look. But it is kind of funny that because like I said, the actions are very Showa. If you've watched those movies and stuff like that, especially like the later ones, the way things kind of was a little silly and can be childish, because that was kind of the audience more that Toho wanted to kind of more cater to. So that's kind of the funny thing with the game itself. Like those are a lot of the actions that you see, instead of like the Heisei era, which was much more. I mean, it's funny to say grounded, but like you didn't see those sort of over exaggerated like reactions to things like from Godzilla or other monsters. It was a little more of a serious tone that it maintained consistently throughout the whole run.
So Toho has been very involved, and it's been really cool to work with them because there are little things that we don't even notice that make a big difference in. Oh, I got you out. That are different. Differences in the models, like in the different Godzillas, right? The plates, the dorsal fins on their back, like there might be little different changes that we don't know. But outside of Toho, also like the real super fans, they really notice those things.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like part of Atari's like our goal is to really be the right way to service that nostalgic fan base, and so we want to try to get as much of that right as we can.
Wow, imagine that concept. Catering to your fan base and wanting to give them the best product. Wow. In current year, it sounds so foreign and so weird.
Yeah, this is going to be great for fans of the original. But I think you're going to pick up new fans too. This just looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a lot of what we are interested in doing with a number of our games. Like Atari back in the day published, including this title, published a lot of like licensed games like Godzilla. And I think that even today, there'll be fans of this game that will come back and want to play this game, and then there'll just be fans of Godzilla that'll come in and like discover that this game existed.
I mean, you've got to enjoy the fact that we've seen a resurgence in kaiju movies, right? That's going to be
for
fantastic.
Sure. Yeah, there hasn't been a new Godzilla game in like 13 years.
You got to wonder if the Toho guys had any idea. They're putting on those rubber suits and dying all day, making goofy monster
okay.
movies.
Well, let me see.
Long,
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about that the other day, actually. It's like, I mean...
Okay, so he says goofy monster movies. Like, for the most part, that's how we kind of perceive them a bit. But, I mean, even somebody like Ishiro Honda, who is directing a lot of those old Showa-era movies, didn't look at them as goofy. Like, he still tried to maintain a lot of the same tone and kind of having like either like certain social messages and stuff like that, just kind of layered in, but very, you know, directly to everyday people. It wasn't, you know, necessarily one thing or another. And especially like when you watch, when it's like Godzilla's Revenge, which is, it's a bad one because it is nothing but like a glorified clip show movie. But he tried to have things in there that was, you know, of the time, and even pointing out certain things, like especially with the kid and his family, the way both parents are stuck working. There's moments for even the father having a discussion with a coworker about all of it. So they weren't seen so much as being goofy movies when they were being made. So even somebody like I said, and I mean, oh god, the guy that did Smog Monster, for God's sakes, who got kind of excommunicated for a bit from Godzilla to making more. Hang on, let me get the guy's name. Yoshimitsu Banno. Was you know, and it's kind of funny too, considering like, yes, it's a very like, you know, pollution bad, and it, I mean, yeah, we don't want a crappy Earth. We don't want to, especially when we see third worlders and stuff like that, throwing garbage everywhere into nice places. And it's very, and you know, that's just kind of it. And again, like I said, it doesn't have a one side or the other. I hate to say messaging or whatever, but that, I mean, that's the thing. But it's just very human centric. Like, we don't want that. We want an Earth that we can live and thrive on. And it's funny considering he also kind of takes shots also, like, and that's why I say he doesn't have a side to it. He takes shots at even the youth that, you know, try and like act like they're so hoorah about saving the Earth or whatever, and taking protests, and yet they're even portrayed as a bunch of dipshits that get slaughtered. And then you even have like where it's like towards the end of the movie, and there's a scene where the kids are all partying, but then they get slaughtered by Hedorah. But there's like the villagers just like almost like watching from afar, just kind of, I don't know, just looking on in disgust or shame or whatever. But it's an interesting thing considering like his audience would be that group of kids, but he kind of takes a shot. So yeah, exactly. They look a little goofy, but they had a heart. I mean, like, it is to us, that's how they can be perceived. They look goofy, and some they and you know, Honda took issue, and also suit actor, oh god, I'm trying to hang on. I'm, like I said, I'm always terrible with names, and especially when it comes to Japanese names. Good luck with me. Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. Haruo Nakajima. Between him and Honda, they were not always wanting to give Godzilla those overly human characteristics, but that was more of from the heads of Toho and creator of Godzilla that was kind of pushing for it. So, you know, it was kind of, and as it's kind of been detailed, Honda was definitely just kind of a company man, and he's kind of stuck to, you know, he's like, all right, I'll do this. I'll make this movie when he was asked to. So he was always kind of in it. And if there's also like, basically, if you want a channel that has, to me, done some really great kind of reviews and deep dives into a lot of the Godzilla movies, especially from Showa even to the current line. I would recommend the channel Big Action Bill. Oh, god dang it. Hang on. Big Action Bill here. He has done especially like go back to like his even for the original Gojira watch through history of Godzilla. It's a great deep dive, and all through, although I could have sworn it was an hour long, not 59 minutes. Like it was lengthy. Because I know he has gone back and re-edited some of these just because YouTube being YouTube. But he gets a lot of the research from a lot of the books and stuff like that. That's where a lot of the extra tidbits comes from. He really dives into it, and they are great videos. So if you've got some time and you're wanting to kind of learn more, because it is the history of Godzilla, it really goes into just the creation, inspiration, and a lot of that sort of stuff. And even Godzilla Raids Again is a good one for knowing the follow-up and what was planned, what was done. So yeah, so that's my kind of rant about them just trying to say that they're goofy monster movies. But let's get back to this interview. Here we go.
Godzilla is just so much a part of culture, entertainment culture now. Yeah. And like back when they were originally making it, it was just like made out of for fun and passion, and like they were taking it so serious. They still take it very serious, and I think that comes through,
At least he makes that point that they take it seriously. And Toho, although I question Toho nowadays with the way they've been lending Godzilla out to so many different things. I'm just like, what the hell, guys? Because normally I know that they're still very protective, but it just feels like they've been lending out Godzilla to so many different things. And I know it's like hit 70 years and all that, but I don't know. It just felt weird.
Actual game itself, the mechanics of the game, is something we get to pretty quickly because it's based off of a game that already is out there. Yeah. It's really the visual stuff that we're adding in that comes in later.
You're having to figure out if it's fun. You already got that solved.
Yeah. I mean, in some cases, it's adding additional features to sort of get the quality of life more contemporary.
So when can folks get their hand on this? When can
the game comes out November 3rd, which is Godzilla Day. Yeah, and they can get it. They can pre-order the game physically right now, so it'll be coming out day and date for physical and digital.
Okay, and what platforms?
It is coming out on Switch 2, PlayStation 4 and 5.
4 and 5, okay.
Xbox Series and PC, of course.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I already have it. I already got out my wish list for Steam. Although now that they said PlayStation 4, I'm almost wondering if I should get a physical copy for it. But I'll have to wait and see how this game plays and stuff like that, because it's been very easy to pick up the GameCube version and just jump right into it and have some fun, because they talk about a little bit tweaks and stuff, so we'll see. Because otherwise, yeah, the game is solid. Little things here and there could be fixed up and tuned and everything, but my one thing is I'm kind of curious what they will do with the monsters. And like I said again, when it comes to that whole Mechagodzilla debacle, I get why they want the Showa Mechagodzilla, but it's just weird that they would remove the other one entirely and not just then create an extra space for that Godzilla, for that new Mechagodzilla. Even on the roster page itself, put it down. You can make the little circle and put it down by Orga or whatever, and then have the Showa Mechagodzilla, and there you go. And then just replace him for the final fight. because when you see it, that is basically very much the way the play style is of Mechagodzilla. It does feel very Showa Mechagodzilla. So it'll be interesting. I'm still looking forward to it. I've never been a big fan of the Heisei Mechagodzilla design personally. So I know there are people that are a little upset about it. I think Slosh is kind of a little bummed that they're replacing that Mechagodzilla out for the Showa. I am much more Showa era Mechagodzilla all the way. I think it's the best design, best one. Mainly the original movie too, with the space ape men that created it. Kiryu's kind of a cool design, but it's never been one that I've really gravitated towards. I will always be the OG myself. The son says, nah, it's good to see people passionate about their favorite franchises. Rant away. Well, you got it. Like I said, so at least that is some direct confirmation on the replacement of the monsters. Regardless, like I say, for November 3rd, I'm still looking forward to it. So I'm just hoping, like it is, not too much gets too screwed around with, and it is very much a respectful remaster. I mean, I don't know what you could do with something like this, but at least they were on the right page. The Atari guy, good on them. They're trying to be respectful. They're trying to also please the OG fan base first and foremost, and they're looking forward to just maybe getting more Godzilla fans, because like it is, what did he say, the last Godzilla game was 13 years ago? What did that one come out on? And I mean, I guess then that means, I mean, if this does well, I could only hope that we would see more. No, oh wait, coming out in 2020. No, that's something else. Okay, 2014. Oh, wow, really? So 12 years ago? Interesting. I didn't know it was that. I didn't realize. Wait, really? Huh. I didn't realize it was that long ago. But yeah, so this will be curious. It'll be curious to see the end results. I don't, because like it is, Godzilla is still as popular in everything as worldwide as Godzilla is. I mean, when it comes to the video games, it's still been kind of a tough market. And like it is, game companies, they want those, Call of Duty numbers and stuff like that, the GTA number, the Grand Theft Auto numbers for selling their games. I can only hope that this is a success and maybe will inspire for more. Because like I've said before now, I am waiting for my open world Godzilla game. I want to be able to go to Japan. I want to be able to go to the United States and other countries and lay waste to all of them. And yes, you can bring in monster fights and all that sort of stuff. Maybe make it a world tour. You can pick directions you go, and then go to United States, beat up King Kong and the monsters from the monsters from the beasts from 1,000 fathoms or whatever, and all those sort of monsters, and then monsters from folklore in different countries and stuff like that. Beat Godzilla and take them all out. And then, like it is, earn different versions and variations of Godzilla to play as and all that. So that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a Godzilla game to do that. So here's to that. But I mean, fighting games are great. They're fun. I just like that ability to destroy shit. So there we go. Yeah, Hassan says there's a dinosaur game where you grow from a baby dinosaur to full adult. Imagine a similar thing with a Godzilla MonsterVerse game. There we go. I mean, nowadays with so many crossovers, yeah, that could work out. But you know, like I said, it's again, kudos to Atari and this gentleman here. I forgot his name already. Hang on, let me. Ethan Stearns here, like he laid it out well, and like I said again, that they're trying to go for more of the OG fan base, and if they bring in other people, fantastic. That'll be great. But I like that they're trying to maintain that, and I was probably with the hand of Toho that are trying to make sure things are respected, things are maintained. So that's also the part of it there. One way or another, I will be all over this as soon as it probably comes out. I won't lie. Here's hoping for it. I'm hoping it's gonna be a great one. I don't know if maybe I'll even venture and screw around and fight online. Who knows? We'll see. Hassan says it was called The Isle. I think I remember that. Hang on. Sounds familiar. But yeah, so Godzilla, looking forward to it as always. I'll always be a big Godzilla fan. Yeah, I have The Isle wishlisted on Steam. I've just never grabbed it. It's mostly positive still too. Experience fierce open world survival gameplay as you attempt to stay alive on an unforgiving island inhabited by dinosaurs. Hunt, grow, survive. Oh, here. So this is what Hassan is referring to as The Isle. Here, we'll even take a look at the trailer really quick. Movements look really good too, I gotta say. Yeah, you play as the actual dinosaurs. Nice. See, that's what I always want too. It's like I want to play as the actual dinosaurs. I don't want to play as some stupid human getting hunted by the damn dinosaurs. Hello, Dan Blackred. Yes, they evolved into birds. Oh, they got their kill. Thrive. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is looking really good. I think when I started following this game, it was before they had this trailer. Aw, the trike tried, but it got felled. The king. Uh-oh. Yeah, like I said, let's see. Oh, it's early access. Okay. Wait, still? I feel like that's been a while then. Huh. Release date December 1st, 2015, and you're still in early access? Bro. I think I gotta drop the early access title at some point. I think that should be like a requirement. Like, you cannot stay in early access for this fucking long, for 11 years, bro. Come on. I mean, I understand it's an open world game and everything. MMO, online PvP, huh? I don't think I remember seeing that initially. But I don't know, that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of, to have still early access is kind of eh. But yeah, the Isle is intended to be a gritty open world survival horror game. Explore vast landscapes of dense forests and open plains, traverse treacherous mountains, and wade through dark swamps where horrors lurk. Hidden within the ruins that hold insight as to what came before. Through it all, keep in mind there is only one goal: survive. There is little in the way of hand-holding or ulterior precepts to alter playstyle or purpose. It's kill or be killed. In the end, the only one you can trust is yourself. Over the course of development, the islands and their inhabitants will radically change, ever evolving as players themselves learn how to flourish and thrive. Your mistakes will be punished. Expect no survivors. Massive prehistoric multiplayer. Become the beast within when joining the Isle. You can play as one of the dozens of unique creatures, from tiny darting herbivores like Dryosaurus to bloodthirsty giants such as T-Rex or Allosaurus, with many more still to come. As a dinosaur, you'll be the epitome of majestic, cunning, and ferocious. Use your natural abilities and sense to stay off the menu and grow into a stronger, more capable creature. Engage with a living prehistoric ecosystem as you become either predator or prey. On servers featuring up to 100 plus players, all of them as hungry and dangerous as you. Form packs, herds, create nests, defend your offspring, hunt, claim territory. A single mistake can spell your demise. Survival or sandbox. The Isle's core game mode is survival, a tense and difficult experience where you need to grow fast or die young. Dinosaurs in survival mode progress through several life stages, starting out small and vulnerable. Use your scent ability, night vision, and wits to survive long enough to grow. Become more powerful and unlock new abilities such as nesting. Because of these needed to develop a full character life cycle, not every creature is or will be playable in survival, though more will be added in future updates. However, sometimes you don't want to struggle to survive, or you don't have the time to go through dinosaurs' whole life story, and that's okay. For players who want less intense experience, Sandbox Mode lets you play an expanded roster of dinosaurs and soon humans. Who knows when they wrote this? You can jump right in as an adult super predator or a peaceful giant with no major penalties or consequences from dying. We won't judge. Global community story. The Isle features a narrative told strictly through the environment, achievable only through immense cooperation among players. Are you stranded? Can you just leave? What is AE? How did the dinosaurs get here? What is the distant call that pierces the night? Sorry. It will take the entire community to answer these mysteries and unravel the purpose to their being on the Isle. And each discovery will directly affect the future of the game's storyline. So they also have their future development goals. Who knows when they wrote this in, but otherwise, yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's a blast. I'm really curious to check it out myself now. And I don't know, $19.99, $20 for early access. That's not maybe necessarily bad, especially for an 11-year-old game now at this point. But see, Hassan says, but what I really want is a Dino Riders game so I can have my Stegosaurus with lasers. Damn straight. That would, dude, I don't even think when that show was going, I don't even think they made a video game, did they? Yeah, there is no official standalone video game titled Dino Riders based on the 1980s toy line and animated series, which is a bummer because that would have been a lot of fun. And that would be a lot of fun. Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to make a freaking Dino Riders game and maintain the freaking. Oh, knock it off. But yeah. But yeah, that would be dope. That would be really cool. And hey there, Real Wade Nation Gaming. How's it going, dude? Dan Blackridge says the ultimate form. Oh god, the ultimate form of vent survival simulation. Oh no. Who's got the rights to it? Let's make it, says Hassan. I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, it's funny too because I just put it into the Brave search and it says Ark Survival Evolved, often cited by fans as the definitive Dino Riders game experience, allowing players to tame, ride, and battle with the. Yeah, but you don't get to armor them up and have them shoot laser beams. That's the big difference. Dino Squad, a third-person shooter developed by Pixonic that directly drew inspiration from Dino Riders, featuring weaponized dinosaurs and online multiplayer combat. Oh, it's a mobile shit game on iOS and Android. Dino Lords, an upcoming indie title blending action RPG combat with RTS battles set in medieval England overrun with dinosaurs. But yeah. So they kind of, like I said, Ark though, last I knew you couldn't armor up the dinosaurs and have them like have freaking laser beams attached to their heads. But that's how what they kind of. But yeah, oh yeah, who? Okay, so Mattel currently owns the rights to Dino Riders. Mattel had acquired Tyco Toys, the original creator and toy line manufacturer, and inherited the intellectual property rights. Trademarked the Dino Riders trademark is registered to Mattel. So, animation rights. Ownerships of the animated series passed to Disney in 2001 when Disney acquired Fox Kids Worldwide, which included Marvel Productions, the animated studio. So you definitely don't want anything new then. Never mind. We take that all back. We don't want to play with the monkey's paw on this one. Do not make the Dino Riders video game. We're good. We're good. I take that all back. All right. All right. Yeah, son. Oh. I know, man. I know. There is one more thing I did want to take a look at. Let me see where I can find. Oh, come on. I don't want to run into some potential retard talking. I'd rather just see what I want to see, dang it. Oh, God, all the Let me think here. Oops. I hate to go to PlayStation for this, but let's see here. If they have it. Because it's funny, it's like, as soon as I took a look at this particular game, then it was like, oh, now there's gameplay. A gameplay trailer. I'm like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. Let's see. Wade says, you missed my Toy Story message. Did I? Where did I miss that? Well, yeah, I don't see it on. I don't. Huh. We have names, dude. What do you? What? Fighting potential retard stalking is the only reason I come to YouTube. Fair enough. Sorry, I was trying to. I'm trying. So it's for the Stuntman Hollywood. They put out a gameplay video, and I'm just seeing like a lot of the, you know, more kind of shill, like I said, more of the shill looking videos. The guy's soy facing on the dam. Although I guess I wouldn't be too far, considering it's supposed to have the DeLorean and everything. But I'm just trying to find some videos where they aren't having anybody talk over it. I just want the gameplay itself. And I was trying to find like an official channel that would have that video. And so it's just kind of being annoying trying to find this. Wade says, okay, Fracture, look up Disney Picks Toy Story Retro Roundup on Steam. I thought of you when we found it last night. Interesting. Let's see. The only Toy Story game, like first Toy Story and stuff, like the only one I remember playing too was like, hey, I think the first one is either on Game Boy. Disney Pixar Toy Story Retro Roundup. Interesting. I think I heard about this, yeah. And the main, like I said, the main one, I remember playing the original Toy Story game. I loved the hell out of that movie. I remember playing the original and like I said, on Game Boy as well, the Game Boy version. All right, let's take a look at this.
To infinity and beyond.
We'd always try new things, right? If we're making any kind of game, it's like, well, what can we try that's new?
They're a notch above everything we've been seeing up to this point. This is different. This is gonna be special. We were trying to just make the best Toy Story game that was ever made.
Oh, maybe it was the Toy Story 2 on Game Boy that I played. Is either or the first one? Although no, it wasn't Game Boy Color. Never mind. It was the original. Oh, here it was. Yeah. It just flashes by so quickly. This one I do remember playing. Plus A Bug's Life. Interesting. And they got some more of the screenshots here. Like I only remember playing it for I want to say the first game, or for the first movie. And like it was, I remember Toy Stories 1 and 2 I liked. But yeah, step back into Andy's room with Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and more classic characters in Toy Story Retro Roundup. This 5-game collection features console and handheld versions of 4 early Toy Story titles, as well as A Bug's Life. All the games have been upgraded with new features, quality of life improvements, and an overflowing toy chest of behind-the-scenes content. Revisit the 90s and early 2000s hits you loved and share these titles with a new generation of Toy Story fans. Play Toy Story 1995, play Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue from 99, Toy Story 2 99, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. I wonder which one's the first person shooter. It looks like a Doom clone. That must be that one, maybe. Toy Story Racer 2001, A Bug's Life 98, includes 11 versions, oh my god, of the games across console and handheld. The games have been enhanced with quality of life improvements, including Rewind, Rex's cheat codes, and more. Use Rewind to retry mistakes when you miss a jump across Andy's shelves or take too many hits from angry wind-up robot. Unlock game-specific enhancements like unlimited lives or invincibility with Rex's cheat codes. Step inside Digital Eclipse's behind-the-scenes experience featuring exclusive gameplay. Featuring exclusive interviews with Jason Katz. You guys got to space that right there. You're a little too close together. Head of story, Pixar, Jim Hanks, voice actor, Luigi Priori, VP and GM, Disney and Pixar Games, and John Burton, founder, TT Games, who helped bring these adventures to life. Explore a richly detailed virtual museum filled with rare design documents, vintage development photos, and archival content. Listen to your favorite songs from the games in the music player, where we've rounded up the soundtracks from every game in the collection. So features, play live classic games, including Toy Story games, A Bug Life, including 11 versions, enhanced quality of life. We got that. So yeah, based all there. Huh. Yeah, like I said, I heard about this, but I just did not really look into it. But that's pretty. I mean, to include 11 versions of these games, I mean, that's certainly plenty to wet your whistle on and get through and check out the differences and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Oh, Melee James already has it wish listed. Like I said though, I didn't have a strong connection with the original with a lot of the games, mainly just like the game for the first movie. But that's pretty cool though that they've got this whole collection that'll be coming out to revisit and check out all the old titles. I'm gonna have to rewatch those movies, and I've never watched the third movie. So there may be a time I have to revisit those movies and check those out again, because it's been a really long time since I've watched any of them. And then finally watch the third one, and I won't go beyond that. Because it just sounds dangerous to do that. Because from what I've heard, like, the fourth movie, not so good. And now I hear they're making a fifth one, I believe? Or is that Shrek? I don't know. It's like, why? Just let things rest, people, please. Just let it rest. You don't need to keep making title after title after title. Just give things a rest. Okay, this is funny. I went to Saber Interactive. I'm like, why? They should have a gameplay trailer, right? Nope. They just have their regular trailer. Like, bro, what are you doing to me here? But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I said, they got all that Roundup. There you go. Wade's got it added to his wish list. Both. What? I forgot to which part. I might add it. Be able to check those games out again. Although I could probably go back to an emulator or something. But no, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I think it's been like something that they've done well of re-releasing some of those old titles. Because they put out the Disney collection too of, like, I think, was it Aladdin, Lion King and stuff like that, and they've like re-released some of the DuckTales. And I haven't heard too much bad things about those re-releases and stuff that I'm aware of. Yeah, the Disney classic games, Aladdin and Lion King. I believe that included all the versions, the Sega, the Super Nintendo, for those games. Shrek and Toy Story are having number 5. Oh my God. Yeah, because I've been seeing some chatter about Shrek recently with a new trailer. I'm just like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Ah, shit, here we go again. And this is very friendly for a controller. Oh, I bet. I bet. I mean, since they're all coming from console games and stuff like that, even the handhelds makes it easy. Sorry, I'm still trying to look for that Stuntman gameplay trailer from an official source. So I just want just the gameplay. Oh, maybe there is. It is just the one with like night. Okay, I guess this is probably what was out there for it. Wade he says, meanwhile, I'm predicting Dermy downfall at some point since he ditched pop culture, LOL. Dermy is getting into an interesting spot, yes, with going the whole drama farming section of the internet. All I can say for the young lad is I hope he does not get too absorbed into it, and that what has befallen others will not befall him, because yeah, he doesn't need to become another Ethan Ralph or anything like that. So I mean, he's got at least people around him that'll kind of keep him in line when need be. And he does do what was it, he does another show with Adam the Renaissance Nerd, the Tryhards, and I think that's what more gaming and stuff. So he's not quite out of pop culture necessarily. He's just kind of stepping in a different direction, as it were. I don't know. Like I said, he's going in an interesting path. If it's working for him, then by all means go for it, I guess. Anyways, so Stuntman Hollywood, I did take a look at the teaser trailer a while back when they first dropped it. And yes, I marked out hard for just seeing the DeLorean, because that's just how I am. When you give me that DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future, I'm usually there, dude. It says the driving and racing genre completely stole spotlight at Summer Game Fest 2026, delivering some of the most exciting I guess so. Leading the pack is clutch, narrative-driven, open-world action racer developed by X4. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at this gameplay that they have here. So let's switch on over. Here we go. And make sure it's at the beginning. I don't remember that in the movie. What is going on here? That wasn't the... that's not the sound effects. So are you meaning to tell me you got the licensing to use the car, but you didn't necessarily get the licensing to use the sound effects too? I might be out. I'm sorry, you need the package deal. It needs to be all of it. It needs to have everything together. Here's our Fast and Furious. I didn't even think to check the sound, but thank God it's been reacting so good. Oh no! Oh, okay. Whew, made it. Turbo power. Oops. Oh shit. Kind of a destruction movie here. Son, it's just like real life. It's just like the real LA. Good old Miami Vice. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this, am I? We've got the music playing and everything. Oh, the only thing that they're missing, I don't think they have, is the they don't have A-Team, man. They should have had a segment for the A-Team. That would have been great. Okay, so you get the music, you got the car, but you don't have the sound effects for the car and the time jumping. Like, what the hell, man?
Great take. I think we got it.
Yep, roll playback.
That's kind of what they had at the end of the last trailer, too. Oh, wait a minute. That was different, though. Hang on, let me... They flashed by it. Oh. Interesting. So you're gonna be driving... Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. The train was switching tracks. I'm like, wait a minute, the train isn't on the railroad tracks. But it must be going off to another... Unless it's not... That's not supposed to happen. It's gone off the rails. like it is. I'm gonna be curious to see this how it's gonna work out with having the time machine from Back to the Future. Like I said, if it doesn't have the sound effects, I don't know. Because like it's a package deal. You got to have all of that together. Even modders know when they've put the DeLorean into GTA, all the sound effects are generally there. I'm just saying. So nitpicky, I'm sure, but you know what? You gotta have the details just right. Damn it. So I am hoping that'll be that'll be solid. That'll be good. And yeah. So yeah, that was Stuntman gameplay from Enfant Terrible YouTube channel that had that. Thank you very much for having that. Yeah, Kit! Gotta love it. Multi-track drifting. Says Hassan. And says, woo, Supra for the win. Yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, it's been a long time since I've even played the original Stuntman game, so it'll be cool to see what they cook up for this one. I didn't even play the ones in between that I didn't even know about. So it'll be cool. And I'll be interested for sure. Let's see here. Wait, it said, I mean, I don't know he ditched pop culture. As I understood, that's what he was kind of switching things over to, from pop culture to what he's doing now. He kind of started with the whole VTuber drama stuff that was going on, I guess, and now is fully switched over. So whatever. I was considering talking about what's going on with Xbox and some of their game studios, but it sounded like there's now negotiations taking place. I'll hold off on that one and maybe talk about that next week if we get some definitive answers. Just because, you know, I hate rumors and I hate stuff that isn't 100% definitive, so we'll wait on that one. Oh, you know what? This was something that kind of got my goat, and I'll go. This will probably be the last topic. I was just happened to be perusing Twitter, and I'm following the Final Fantasy page, and this of all things suddenly cropped up. So update version 1.5.0 for Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles launches today. This adds New Game Plus and a Zodiac compatibility function and several new options featured in screenshots in the thread. Now, I'm sorry, but how do you do a remaster project like this, adding voice work completely, adding like full-on voice work, and you didn't already consider and put in a New Game Plus? That's an update? Like, to me, I feel like that should have been something already added to the game with this whole remaster project. That I just found rather surprising, but I guess now here's also, you do have this Zodiac compatibility. Good compatibility for the 2 units involved. So this is like adding some extra layers to, so I'll say that's kind of interesting. Good compatibility for the 2 units involved. Damage dealt, recovery, and accuracy will be modified to 125% of the original values. Bad compatibility for 2 units involved. Damage dealt, recovery, and accuracy will be modified to 75% of their original values. So as you see from the Capricorn, you get Aries, Taurus, Cancer, and so on. Like, you see the different compatibilities. Special compatibility: if the 2 units involved are both human, damage dealt, recovery, and accuracy will be modified to 150% of their original values. If one of the units involved are non-humans, damage dealt, recovery, and accuracy will be modified to 75% of their original values. And then here they show maintain auto proceed. So some of the options here: play mode, ability incantations guaranteed, ability cursor memory, quick removal of creatures and eggs, job change, optimization, ability cursor memory. So they also have, I guess people are saying there's still no Spanish, which we just see Japanese, English, German, French, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, and Korean. So get wrecked, Spaniards. You do not get your language accepted, apparently. But like, again, like, how do you not already have a new game plus for this? And this has to be an update. What about a rare person that maybe doesn't really update or doesn't, you know, you aren't getting the full, so then that means you just aren't getting the full features in game on your cartridge or disc, whatever it may be, if you've gotten it physically, if there even is a physical version. And then what I just found baffling is, of course, people begging for more things to be added. But I mean, like, I understand the language options, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. Apparently they don't have any, like they show, they don't have any of those. But like, what was it especially like? And then people were like, oh my God. This person here that said, now just add all the War of the Lions content as DLC. We'll pay for it. All the characters, missions, all the items for the Melee Rendezvous content. Do it. Add the why? To me, again, that means that should be content already in the game. Especially going off of War of the Lions, they should have already included that content. Why would you beg to pay for more content that should already be in the game technically for this whole project? They went out of their way to change up the UI, to add voice work to all the scenes, to, you know, re-up the pre-rendered scenes and all that sort of shit. Now you're begging to give them money? Why? This is why I swear to God, as gamers, we cannot have nice things at all. Because you have too many retards like that are just so happy to let these companies basically take advantage of them in every way possible. And I know some people, you know, I'm not going to tell people what to do with their money. You got to bring some shame to these idiots, though, at some point in time, and go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why are you so happy to be just a good little, you know, corporate dick writer when Squeenix has basically gone out of their way to, butcher and bastardize the Final Fantasy VII storyline with their LARPy multiverse of bullshit storyline? And when was the last time that they really produced anything worthwhile? I mean, come on. I don't know, like, maybe it's just also I haven't paid attention to enough of Square Enix stuff, but it's just like, I'm sorry, when it comes to something like this is stuff that I feel like should be included. And yeah, like content from the War of the Lions version, I thought that was like the point. You're making a compilation of everything for this Ivalice Chronicles. So why wasn't that sort of stuff considered, fitted in already? Why is content missing? Oh, right, to nickel and dime all of our asses. And again, we're kind of back to that. I saw this announcement and it just kind of made me shake my head because, like I said, why you don't already have a new game plus is beyond me. And even with what Hassan says, they didn't think anyone could finish the game. I mean, current gamers, probably not. They don't have the attention span for it. The current gamer can't do apparently turn-based games anymore, although Expedition 33 was really popular apparently. But you got these ADD addled little mutants that can only play their little goofy action games and stuff like that. They can't actually take time to play a tactical turn-based game or anything like that. So yeah, this was just kind of the one thing that I saw and just kind of got my goat for a moment there. And I was like, why? Just why? Come on, my guys. Like, you're putting together this whole big compilation and these things aren't considered. I mean, come on, we've had a new game plus since for things like for Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross and stuff. New game pluses basically. What makes you not think to go, hey, we're re-releasing this, let's include it for the full game? Instead it's you gotta wait for that update. Whatever. I mean, these companies are gonna do their stupid shit. It's up to you if you decide to play along and go along with it. I guess that's on everyone else. What a shame. But you know, I after getting myself all hot there, I think that is where we will call it for today. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, Real Wade Nation Gaming, Dan Blackroyd, Knightmare, and Tehlim29. Thank you all so much. And to the lurkers who happen to be hanging out in the chat. And also the Joker's voice. Thank you for dropping by, sir. Knightmare, I am really looking forward to your mod for Batman Arkham Origins. Still looking forward to that. That'll be cool. And otherwise, you know, there are things that I'm really curious and interested in. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for sure. So with that, yeah, I think I'll say goodbye, good day, good night, whenever you happen to be watching this. Remember to smash the like button, drop a comment, and all that jazz. Helps that silly little algo. And we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.